My goodness, production team, thank you. I am so stoked. We are going to get to see a crazy final. It is a predictable final, some would say, but how we got there was anything but
So
predictable.
I would say it's predictable, right? But at the same time, Casey has some interesting tech to the deck, and I think Joey does too. I'll say it now because we're at the end of the game, end of the match, and Casey's not going to get it sent to him. But Joey's not playing dime today at
Yeah.
all. So no dime at all, just grinding with sharks to kind of end games.
Yeah.
I think it's worked pretty well for him so far. So we'll see what happens here.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that is the. In my opinion, if I'm playing Ruby Sapphire, I think I'm done with Lucky Dime. I think I'd be
Yeah.
moving away from Lucky Dime as well.
We did see that in the matchup against Jonathan, though.
It did.
It did some work.
It did. It's tough. It's a one of at this point for many people. That people are playing one of the Lucky Dime. So you got to wonder at what point do you just say, hey, do I really need this?
Yeah.
Or can I just win the game without it?
Yep. Shark goes hard.
Yeah.
He gets a lot of lore really fast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's about 2.5 hours, 3 hours south.
Yeah.
Love to see it, man. It's a great game. Get involved with your local community. I don't know 8-bit if you're from down here, but feel free to come out to any of the South Florida locals. We're all pretty nice. We'll help you learn the game, get involved. We have the Discord here. Production, if you want to post the Discord maybe into the chat for anybody that is local to South Florida, we have all the local league information and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and shoot yourself out? Where can people find you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm a member of Illuminati. So my handle on Twitter, or X as it's called now, is ILL_Baba Yaga. You can hear from me there whenever any travels I take. In fact, I'm going to California. I'm currently on the wait list. I'm hoping to get off the wait list. However, regardless, I'm going to California. Either I'm going to Disneyland, and I'm hanging out with Mickey Mouse, or I'm gonna play some Lorcana.
Yeah.
And so follow me there. I plan on posting videos as well of kind of the journey there and what it takes to get there. I'm also hoping to post some blogs about what it might take. Like, what do you got to do to practice? How do you get to a level that is better than where you're at? And who do you got to put yourself with? Who do you got to hang out with to figure these things out? So yeah. But either way, what about you, Mikey? Where can people find you?
Well, part of Freedom Gaming, and Freedom Gaming, we are a team, but really we're essentially just a bunch of friends that play this card game together. You can find me on x.com/hazed6291, or YouTube Freedom Gaming TCG. So those are the two spots. We love Lorcana, passionate about it.
We do,
so
yeah.
It's just a fun thing to be involved in.
Yeah, I love Lorcana, but I'll tell you, it's the people I love more.
I agree.
I could be playing video games with you if I really wanted to, but I'd rather play cards with you, buddy.
True.
And I'd rather them be Disney Lorcana cards.
Yep.
All right, so we're getting set up. We do see that the lore counter has been placed for us.
I don't know. Oh, I'm so dumb. I was like, I don't know who the higher seed is. Then I just looked up and saw the names. I was like, okay, Casey's
right
going
there.
first.
There you go. Yeah, so Casey will be going first. Casey just gotten both players really just getting out of some tremendous battles, battle worn, and they're coming in here for some challenging, some questing, some turning cardboard sideways.
Yeah, and Casey probably feels pretty good into the matchup because just played against Jonathan Williams, one of the best Ruby Sapphire pilots. So.
Yeah. Yeah, he just took down somebody who qualified for Continentals. So you got to feel pretty good about your positioning here. Now, let's see, can Joey get that let it go, or will Casey ultimately be the one to leave here?
Mat, man, this is a lot to play for here.
Oh, my goodness.
No pressure.
Yeah, thankfully Joey can't hear us.
Exactly.
He'd be like, shut up, guys. However, we're rooting for both players. We want both players to win, but that's just not how that works here.
I may not have told him that if he lost his last round, his jersey would be pulled. But
wow. Okay. Well, awesome. Hey, again, applications are open for Illuminati. Joey, you're welcome over here.
Mikey, without dime, what stops Casey from never turning cards sideways to make Shark worthless without challenges? You can just play actions and gain lore.
Correct. Yeah.
Sure, you can't cycle them, but Ruby Sapphire draws a lot of cards.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if they're not turning sideways, how are they winning?
Correct. Yeah,
because it's not Flynn triggers if Shark's out.
That's right. Yeah, that really is it. Like you're saving yourself the uninkable to go through the action route.
Yeah. I do think Elsa is pretty interesting in this matchup. It hurts for sure because you have so many cards you want to quest with or turn them sideways.
Yeah.
And freezing them just kind of stops the game plan and makes makes Joey have to make some really weird choices.
It is, and interestingly enough, we talk about the number of cards that appear in a deck. We talk about ratios oftentimes in the trading card game world. Something that does make the ratios work in your favor is that bounce package. So yes, there might be one of that Elsa in the deck, but that Elsa can be seen multiple times if the right cards are followed up behind it.
Absolutely.
And so we're seeing the common opening sequence here. We're seeing an ink. Although inking the sails, it might give a signal to Casey
There's another ramp coming.
that either we are over on the ramp cards or potentially your ink choices are limited. So could send a signal either way.
Well, this blurple opinion, so take it for what it's worth. But I always keep all my blue ramp and ink it, and I just need to play the 1 on 2. And I think for Ruby Sapphire, it's similar because you're just how far going and other ramp at that point. Sail late game is not bad. I mean, he's inking 3 of them at this point now. He's using Tipo.
Yeah, and he's given what we're doing here. I think it's clear that there's just he was overdrawn on that ramp ability.
This is hard. Right?
Yeah,
like Flynn is pretty hard for this deck to deal with.
Yeah, because very easily. I mean, let's think about the sequencing here. So next turn he's going to go to 4 ink. So he's going to try to play either a Tala if he wants to get over on the Flynn, or Hiram if he values the draw. So then
it's interesting to quest with Flynn.
Yep. And
like
in
Vitalosphere is a huge punish, isn't it?
Is it though? I mean,
Tipo killing Flynn?
Yeah.
It
can be.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that
could be the play. Did we
just
see
seems a little greedy. And then a Queen of Hearts, like you don't know he's not playing Queen of Hearts.
That's true. Yeah, you don't know. I mean, here's the thing though. If I'm playing against Ruby Sapphire, I would have eaten that because I would assume that you've taken that out of your deck.
Yeah.
So I would take the risk. I would take the chance, and I would do similar to what Casey did if I'm being completely honest.
Okay, so you think that extra lore is worth it?
I mean, I would think that I wouldn't think I'm in as much danger as I might be.
Yeah.
I would be playing to the odds in this case and say, hey, well, what are the chances? And the chances are low, but obviously the chances are never. That doesn't mean it's 0. All right, so we're seeing the Tala effect happening now. I saw one of the options there was the large 8-drop Sisu.
Yeah. Flynn does die to Brawl, you're right.
Yeah, it can absolutely. The Brawl could be coming for it.
So if you're anticipating a Brawl,
you may as well turn it sideways at that point and get something for it, which you paid for. You're not wrong about that. The other thing too is as Joey is kind of getting Joey's hand size is in a range. It looks like about 5 cards in hand. Joey is getting to a point where he could manipulate his hand size a bit to do something like a Brawl or deal with that Sisu in other ways.
This is just not looking great at this point. It's so fast.
It is very fast. Yeah. We're up to 11 right now. And Joey. The other problem is that Joey's not ramping anywhere near as fast as he needs to get to the answers.
I think you might be right. Maybe you sail and double sail and to be prepared or something like that.
Yeah. At this point, you just need to run to the answer. Trying to nickel and dime.
Singing How Far I'll Go,
which gives you an ink for the next turn.
But I mean, he still has 5 cards in hand. How does he stop Sisu from triggering? I mean, maybe he has the ice block.
So we do see. Okay, so there you go. So Sisu does come down. The ice block saves it.
Questing the 15.
It is questing the 15, but look, it's Ruby Sapphire. That is okay, with the exception of one very very bad card. One very, very bad card.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, with the exception of that one card, where we're at right now is not the worst thing for Ruby Sapphire.
It's not okay, there's no dime? I don't get it.
It's not okay. There is no dime.
That's a sheep.
No, it's not.
It's not, yeah.
It's not the wrong animal.
Right on that one. Wrong animal.
Skinner, I don't appreciate you calling me out on my animal sounds, okay? It could be a goat.
This is 15 lore. I don't think...
Yeah, we're in a... Okay, so we are turning them sideways. We are going to go ahead and get to 15.
But I don't see. Is there another genie in his hand? Because if not, there's not any draw in his hand.
You're talking about Casey's hand?
In Casey's hand, yeah.
I see a fox. I
I
see
think the last card's a Chernobog.
potentially there. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. There's a thought process happening here, looking at the outs. And so yeah, we're kind of hoping this game's over. It's being called in the chat. We'll see.
So visual.
What's that?
What the goat sounds like a paper towel machine in the bathroom.
That is an interesting description, and I'm scared to even
Where
envision
did
that.
he get that from?
I don't know. Monty's a very interesting person, and we love him. So we're gonna let those descriptions live in the chat where they belong. However,
yeah,
we see
whose turn is it right now? Is it Casey's turn? Is he tanking this hard?
That's I mean, Casey did quests.
Are we frozen?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, yeah.
We're not frozen. I think he's really tanking.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So we've decided to send in the fox. All right.
Interesting.
Okay. So 3 was used for that. Is going to ink.
He's gonna play
a friends to play the Flynn back down.
I don't know.
Yeah, Casey is valuing that Flynn ability pretty highly right now. We've got, now Casey doesn't know it, but taking a look over at Joey's hand, we do see a number of actions.
Yeah, but it's rough. It's rough out here for sure.
So
Casey's only down to 2 cards though.
Yeah, he is.
What do you have? Friends and something else.
Well,
right?
I know he inked the friends. I didn't
he inked
catch
the friends.
He inked the friends. I didn't catch the other 2 cards. Let's see here.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to swing that fox in there. Joey's at 0 lore. You just leave it standing for sure, and you're questing.
Yeah. The other card in the hand, by the way, is the genie that he bounced. So he bounced.
True.
Yeah, he bounced the genie back. Yep. So it was a genie.
Which genie? I wonder if you have to do something to stop this Flynn trigger from happening.
You do.
And if you do shift the Sisu, can you ink a card and be enough to where it can swing into to the other Sisu on Sisu violence without it being banished?
I mean, you can. So Joey's sitting at a hand size that I think he can do that. So there you go.
Yeah.
So you called
it.
He's
got 2 cards left.
So he's got 2. So that's 3. That's going to be 3 damage.
So taking 2
plus the ice block.
Yeah.
Which is what's going to bring that. Yeah. There you go. So
he doesn't even have to.
He doesn't have to because the ice block solved that problem for him. And as a result of that,
maybe he was calculating the numbers in his head.
He was. And so rather than collect lore, Joey has opted to dig with how far I'll go. Gives him 1 more ink. Gives him 1 more card.
We're not dead yet.
We are not. Again,
we're not dead yet.
15 is not the end of the game for Ruby Sapphire.
Having to ink that Flaversham really hurt though.
Yep. The game continues, and we see Genie is on the table, as well as a Moana.
How do you find the space in Ruby Amethyst to play Moana? Are you playing less 1-drop cycle cards? I guess you'd have to, right?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know if I could do that. I do love to draw. I do love a good draw card.
Oh, that's good.
That is a powerful answer. And so we are.
So Dragon and Singing Pirate's Life.
Yeah.
And we see Casey. I can't see what that last card is. I want to say it's a Medusa.
It's a Be Prepared. Yeah, it
Another
is Be Prepared.
genie.
Yeah, we see Lady Tremaine, we see the Be Prepared, and we see
Tremaine was just drawn off that genie.
Correct. So it has been an interesting series of
He doesn't
events.
want to ink that snake, but he has to ink the snake.
You can see the math is running there.
I think he's at 5 ink right now. I mean, maybe you don't because you're not. I don't know. It's a lot of lore.
Yeah, it looks like we are. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you got 5. So that would put you to 6 total ink.
That's such a good draw. Joey may turn this now.
Yep. Joey certainly can turn this around. We've got that Flaversham.
Into a brawl. Does he live the dream?
We turn sideways. We sing a How Far I'll Go. Again, more digging, more ink to be given to Joey to be used for the following turn.
Looks like I think it's a 5 cost Maui in hand. Hero to all.
Okay, all right, yep. I guess
Game is definitely back on.
it is back on. It is 100% back on. And if Joey can get to a place where you start playing things like Pirate's
This is
Life,
a big board, and Joey not seeing Casey ink that last turn means he's still 2 turns away.
Yes.
From Be Prepared.
Correct.
This is a lot of lore on board.
Yeah, that is very telling. If I were Joey, I would be doing exactly what he's doing. I'd be running for it.
I don't think he intentionally did this, but by playing that Maui, he essentially is giving himself a way to play around Medusa or Tremaine. I mean.
Yes.
Because now you just sack the Maui, you're like, okay, that's no
yeah,
big deal.
It's a Maui, exactly.
I think it was a little. I think he got I don't want to say greedy, but he was tunneled in on doing Tremaine the next turn, I think, and only needing 6 ink, and hoping he hits ink the following turn. I assume. But now he's got a really big decision to make.
Yeah. Because here's the thing, and I think that's important to note here. We've seen it a few times, not just here, but like really in the stream overall. Goat. Okay, so people hold on to the snake because they want to win with the goat, and if you let the snake go and you draw a goat, you are going to be so mad when that happens. So we see the Tremaine come down, and exactly what you just called out, Hayes. We had the selection, we chose the right one. He's chosen that Maui to say goodbye to, allowing him to continue to apply that pressure.
Joey does have to find some removal here.
He is going to have to deal with this, yes, because you are looking at game right now. It looks like if all things are considered.
All right. The one.
That is yeah.
What was that dice put there for?
Is that I'm not 100%. Yeah, we can get more clarity on that. I'm not sure. Could be just moving it around, but yeah. Either way, we've got. Oh, ice block. There might be a marker for ice block.
Oh, yep, 100%. Thanks, production.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Visions is good. I think he found a brawl. But the thing is, we know in Casey's hand, he has an unequal. No. They have Chernabog.
Oh, yeah.
This is Joey's hand. He's looking between visions, so he's got brawl. Is that another Pirate's Life?
It looks like it. Or is that, yeah, it looks like it.
If it's a Pirate's Life, I feel like you have to take that here. If he doesn't take that here, it's super greedy. I know he's worried about getting Be Prepared, but you've drawn enough cards.
Yeah,
you have to keep him out of the lore game and make him Be Prep his own board.
Yeah, and so Joey's considering the options here.
That is a Pirate's Life. I think that has to be the play.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
I don't know. Is it Brawl though? Brawl the Genie. Effectively, they're both stopping 2 lore.
Yeah, it is. And when you talk about a deck that has the ability to do the lore generation with Goat, you're right. I agree with you on this one. I think it's got to be Pirate's Life. I think you need to get to a point where you're dropping them back down to 14. You get yourself to 8, and you start to bridge that gap again.
And if you hardcast Pirate's Life here, and Quest, is that enough?
I mean, there's true, and there is also a world where maybe you take the brawl. Maybe you take the brawl, you deal with the genie. So it's again, that's why we play these games. The variance of it, the play lines. That's why we make these games.
I don't know. I kind of like the Pirate's Life into questing with both. And hard casting it, I guess you could sing it. It looks like he has a Tala. He could play Tala and then see what he finds. Maybe sing it Pirate's Life with Maleficent.
Yeah, potentially.
He did take the brawl.
So the brawl was selected, valuing not letting that genie survive. And then, I guess we're going to see. So Joey is making those decisions really quick. He says, hey, we are turning cardboard sideways. I need to get to 20 just like you're trying to get to 20. And so, we're going to move it on to Casey's turn.
So with the Pirate's Life, he'd essentially be at the same total, but he'd be at 13.
Correct.
And he couldn't afford. It'd be 18 and still Be Prep. It's kind of the same exact line, but he'd be at 13.
He would be, however, he's also denying Casey of 2 from the genie.
But he still gets to 18.
He does still get
with Pirate's Life. He's still at 18. Same thing. And you're forced to Be Prep.
And so it looks like Casey is the one opting here to Be Prep. And yeah, so now Joey's going to get an opportunity to see if he can take advantage of the be prepared played by his opponent.
Like that, I still think Pirate's Life might have been the better play. You'd only be at 13 though. It'd be the same thing. You're only getting 2 lore. I don't know.
So we see
Tamatoa is very
Tamatoa.
good.
That's something that you don't hate to see, which
Very
lets you bring
good.
back the popsicle. Yeah, you start getting your hand size up in the meantime while you build up that hand.
Was it
Find
a
more
was it a
answers.
Tamatoa? I think it was.
What that was drawn?
I think it was Brawl. I think he had the Tamatoa in hand. Off the visions, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure he
we-
did.
We'd have to take a look at that and see.
Yeah, dime here would be pretty solid.
Yeah. All right, we are seeing the opening stages here. A post be prepared board state, which is a sequence of events whereby you try to get your footing in the ground. You try to say, "Hey, I've got more characters than you. I can start going back to a phase of questing." Now, Casey has the ability to call this game if he thinks that Joey doesn't have anything to answer these two characters.
Yep.
Joey, however, has. Where's the hand at? No, I was going to say that's not the hand. There's the hand. Joey's got a half shark. I see a Maleficent dragon in there.
I mean, essentially, I know you're saying if he had dime, imagine if he had dime. Like this is the only situation that dime would actually win him the game, right?
Yeah,
But he never had 7 ink to spare on any of these other turns to be able to set up dime
correct.
outside of this specific turn. It would win him the game, and you're 100% right in this one scenario. But I think I like having the extra flexibility without having the dime
Yeah,
and less on inkables.
yeah. It's one of those things. I mean, because there's also a world where for in Casey's case, I could say, hey, gathering wisdom and knowledge would win him the game.
Mm-hmm.
Does that
Yeah.
mean it's the right thing to
Yeah.
pack? And that's a different question to
Oh
answer.
man, Joey's playing with fire. Playing with fire.
Yep.
Do you have the goat, sir?
Is Joey getting greedy here?
No, I mean he doesn't have any other options.
What other
Like,
choice
it's
do you
just-
have?
Yeah, you
Yes,
don't have
that
any
or
choices.
win, but yeah, you're forced to. Okay, so we see.
Wow, he got it.
Wow.
Game 1.
Game 1.
Joey was
down.
on the draw, baby.
He was.
Caw.
Yeah. Listen, he took that on the draw. He was able to claim that tempo back. That is a big, big victory for Joey. Joey needed that. Joey's got to be feeling good now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you just won on the draw. I'd be feeling great.
Yep.
So yeah, Casey's gonna get another opportunity to go on the play.
Yeah, and he didn't see Moana into Flynn, the dreaded combo, right?
Right.
That was pretty tight.
It was.
I thought he was dead 6-7 turns ago.
Like I told you, man, Ruby Sapphire.
Yeah.
You'd never count it out until that last card is turned, until that hand is shaken, and you say, "Hey, this game is over." And so Casey is presenting the deck, and I think it's going to be interesting to see. We've got Casey who's going to be going first. I think this is a matchup that both players have likely played a little bit of. I know you mentioned earlier Joey was a little bit more concerned about like the mirror and getting
Yep.
that kind of a matchup
Yep.
Situated. But I mean,
And
Joey's,
even the diggy hole version,
Yeah.
like you're never really able to set up dime.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's just more sharks. Was kind of the game plan.
yeah,
And you guys are right. Tamatoa was 100% the right choice. I am not a Ruby Sapphire. I will be the first to tell you I'm not a
Yeah.
Ruby Sapphire player. Joey's been on this deck for a long time. I've seen what's popular within the meta and what I've
Yeah.
seen other people doing and bounce that off of each other for reasons why.
listen. Hey, here, let me give you a secret. Go fast.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Yeah, against Ruby Sapphire for sure.
You go fast, dude.
Like I said, I know how to beat it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to play it as
Wow,
well.
that's
you know?
bold. You're gonna have a line of people challenging you with Ruby Sapphire now. I hope you're happy.
That's fine. Line them up.
What? Line them up. Let's do this. Come on down to Southside and see what happens.
Yeah.
Come get these hands. Hayes says.
Yeah, Joey has a ton of reps on Ruby Sapphire for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe not this set specifically, but he's been on this deck for a long time.
All right. Yeah, we are taking a look at the options available here. So we do see we have a better shot of Joey's hand for sure.
Yeah,
Kind of making those decisions. We do see a be prepared in
this
there.
is pretty rough. I'm guessing he's putting those 5 back. Yeah, he's putting those 5 back.
yeah.
I was gonna say, like, that is not. Those are not 5 that you want to keep.
No, not generally.
I'll be honest, Malfurion. I think I said that right, Malfurion. I used to say. I think I famously said that Ruby Sapphire players eat crayons.
You do. You still say that.
I think that has shifted a little bit. Because of how much aggro there is out there, to be able to pilot Ruby Sapphire in a Emerald Amethyst, there's a lot of very fast decks out there.
There is, yeah.
And yeah, you could say, oh well, Shark just turns them all off. It's not always true. I think it is a little harder to play than it used to be.
Would you say that they've graduated from crayons to like pastels?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Maybe glue.
Potentially glue. Okay, and we're obviously joking.
Yeah,
okay, we're obviously joking, just having fun. But yeah, I think you're right. I think the game has gotten a lot. There's a lot more nuance involved in that game, and I think that's what we're seeing in some of the deck building choices as well.
Yep.
Oil paints. Yeah, there you go. We've graduated from eating crayons to drinking oil paint.
I'd agree with that. I do think Ruby Sapphire is harder to pilot than Ruby Amethyst at this point.
Yeah. All right. So we are seeing that the hand has been they've both selected and they've altered their hands. We see an ink of a Maui, and I believe that was a pass with no 1-drop play.
Wow.
Yep, that is exactly what we witnessed. Joey's got to be
Joey
feeling pretty
had
good.
Toa though. Like, that's not great either.
It's not great, but it is among the list of things that you would ink first turn when push comes to shove.
Yeah.
So absolutely, we want to keep that in mind. So we do see the ice block come down. We see Flynn on turn 2 for Casey. Casey is hoping to utilize this plan to great success. We'll see if it works for him. Now we know that he was able to run away with the game a little bit, but was ultimately had that tempo taken from him.
Yep.
When Joey reclaimed the board and was able to get control of the game again.
Yep.
Can Casey do better? Did he learn more from his last game, or did Joey learn enough to say, we're gonna find out.
Inking the Pirate's Life. Oof.
It's tough because generally the Pirate's Life is not one that you're packing a lot of. You're packing maybe 1 or 2.
I think Joey's on 2.
And so that's potentially half of a fantastic card that is going to help siphon back some of those points, especially when GOAT comes into play later in the game.
Yep.
Those are one of those cards that we talk about where we say, man, had I not inked that card on turn 2, I would have won.
Yep.
All right, yeah. Still thinking through it.
Yeah, this is
I
wonder if he's the second Pirate's Life in hand. Looks like a big Sisuna Visions.
Yeah, that we can see. I think I do. Yeah, that's what I see.
The problem is he's not stopping this Flynn anytime soon.
No, yeah, not soon.
Flynn getting 7 again.
Yeah.
Not seeing Tala hurts.
It does. Even then, I mean, the Tala is only good if he can control his hand size to deal with like the Sisu element of this.
Yep.
Which is not great. That means that you have to be at 2 cards in your hand as a Ruby Sapphire player. That's also not great. So you're putting yourself in a rough spot. You do see the Hiram is in there. Hiram can get you out of that pinch.
Yeah, but Hiram doesn't do much, right? Because you have to do something for this Flynn.
You do.
But
you do.
You have no card. I mean, he has Visions. So I still feel like it's probably Brawl. Okay, he's keeping the Flabbersham. So I'm wrong again.
Yeah. Joey may be confident. Joey may feel, you know what? Okay.
Chipping in with the Tipo.
Yeah, so we got another exertion of dominance.
Yep. They're arguing about what deck is harder to play. I'll let them argue.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna weigh in on that. They're all pretty hard to play, guys.
Yeah.
At a high level, I think you need to be able to do a lot of things with the deck.
Correct.
Because you're not just gonna play an easy matchup all day. You're gonna go into situations when your deck's gonna brick out. You got to play your out, stuff like that. Now they're I say it in jest. About Ruby Sapphire eating crowns. Yeah. They're all hard decks to pilot to a high skill.
100%. Yeah, which is why you see the same people that appear at the top of lists all the time, because these are very highly skilled players who have the reps.
Yep.
Who know the matchups better than anybody else.
Yep.
So we certainly can joke a little bit, but ultimately, the skill level is there, and people who put the energy in will get the reward for that.
This is just rough.
It is, yeah. We do see Genie. We do see Sisu. We have Flynn.
But this is what it looked like last game.
Yeah.
Can he climb out again? And So that did make Casey not quest because he swung in with that Tipo.
Correct. Yes.
That is funny, and he actually didn't trade the Sisu into the Tipo.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
I also think is an interesting take.
I'd be curious to ask what was going on at that moment that led to that.
Do we have the playmats in here?
No,
they just took them.
They just take them. All right, so we are seeing. Oh yeah, so they will be seeing.
All right, you guys, they're gonna show the playmats probably soon here.
Yeah.
So you guys can see what the prize is for the winners.
Yeah.
For both of these players, actually.
Oh, because and we are going to get interviews with the winners too, which is great. So you'll get a chance to hear from the winners, and you'll be able to see the mats being given to them. So that's awesome. All right, so there's the brawl. The brawl does deal with the Flynn. So Flynn did not go anywhere near. It was not as bad. Let me not say anywhere near. We saved about 4 or 3 lore.
Yeah.
Versus what we did last game.
Yeah.
So it didn't run away as badly as it did last game.
It's rough though, because you want to brawl that genie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not being able to do that. I think we're at 2.
Yeah. I think the kids say # feels bad.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, that's the term.
It feels bad.
That is the term. It looks like Rabbit. I mean, Casey holding a fistful again of cards. So it's this uphill battle for sure.
Yeah. And we're looking at the hand. We see a Be Prepared in there. We see Chernobyls in there. There's just a full grip on Casey's side of answers that he slowly needs to build towards in order to get control of this game and to really lock it in. I can't. How many cards are in Joey's hand? It's hard to tell. I imagine it is whatever that card is next to that ice block.
Popsicle?
No, I'm sorry. That next to the items. Is that his hand? That might be his hand.
On the bottom?
Yeah, the Joey's hand.
That's his hand, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so he's got 3 cards in hand.
Yep. Right on top of the Freedom Gaming poker chip.
Yeah, very nice. Fantastic poker chip.
No, what I was saying about the brawl, he's still 2 turns away from being able to play Big Sisu. So that genie's going to get 4 lore by the time Big Sisu comes down. So you obviously want that brawl to stop that lore from happening.
You do.
But you have no way of stopping Flynn triggers. So 3 lore versus 2 lore.
Yeah.
You have to choose.
Yeah, you do. And so the choice made here is Chernobog becomes ink. You play the Elsa to ultimately out the Tipo and banish that Tipo.
Wow, this is a lot of lore.
It is a lot of lore. You've got 5 on the board right now. Joey is currently looking at continuing to grow the hand size, looking for more of the answers.
16. He got to, was it 15 last time before he started trying to do some answers?
Yes.
Maybe a brawl here?
Yes, Joey is totally in love with giving us a heart attack, apparently.
Yeah.
And so, we're seeing that brawl into the genie. All right.
So if he has Inkable Sisu, that does banish both characters on board.
It does.
Before questing with Flowersham.
Correct. Yeah, and so we're kind of in that spot.
We're in a very similar spot.
Yeah.
But it seems okay. That's solid.
That is a good play. That does stop the draw engine. It puts also a very now we're looking at a situation where we're assuming that Goat is in play here, could be a 1-turn clock that ends this thing. That could be done next turn if you're not careful. However, Joey says,
Yeah. Who needs Sisu?
Yeah, you go. Forget about your Sisu.
Yeah.
Let's sing a little Be Prepared. Get Lorcana Villain out here to hear him sing that beautiful song. And ultimately just kind of reset that board.
Rabbit.
And Casey's like, all right, well, then I'm going to go ahead and play characters that if you board wipe, will give me benefit.
Ink again.
I'd have to look at the hand where I don't know if
Looks
there's...
like a Friends in hand.
Do we value the friends at this point? Like, is that a mistake if that's the case?
I don't know, man. I guess he wants to sing with the rabbit. It looks like Elsa. Almost looks like Big Sisu.
Yeah.
Elsa, Big Sisu, Be Prepared, Friends. Yeah. I still think I'm inking Friends there.
I am inclined to agree. I mean, I think what I'd be doing in this moment is I'd be looking at Joey's hand. I'd be looking at the hand size. I'd see that he's at about 4, and I'd have to consider whether or not. And I think in this moment I would ink it. Because I just need to be faster. If I have 14 lore, I need to get to a point where I can speed through. I've got Rabbit on the table. Rabbit can help me draw some more. I just need the answers, and I need
6?
the ability to play those answers.
2, 4, 6. So he can ink prep. or Sing. Sing find another inkable and prep.
All right, yeah. I mean, we see a brawl in hand that would look like it was just drawn there.
Or another rabbit, maybe?
Is that, yeah, I mean, it looks like we just keep trying to see more answers.
I think this is where you can get a little caught in Durdle mode with purple. When you should kind of be pressuring.
Yeah.
Well, Brawl's great.
Brawl,
that never mind. I take it back.
yeah, Brawl is a good spot here. I mean, you are like ultimately, you're gaining some of that draw. You're getting more answers. You're keeping the board small. And again, Joey's at 1. Joey's at 1 lore. You're not in danger of a runaway. However,
Yeah.
He's
chipping away though.
He's chipping away. Now you're not that like
That's both rabbits gone.
it is both rabbits gone, but that's what they're there for. They're there to let you draw more. So I mean, you're kind of upset, but you're not probably the maddest you could be. It'd be worse. It could be worse in this case. And so Casey just needs to be able to have answers for that Sisu. Again, Joey's at 2 lore. It's still very, very early on.
Yep. Do you think he goes Big Elsa here?
Big Elsa. Ugh.
I just here's the problem when you're playing Elsa and not Blurple. Big Elsa.
Yes.
Because against Ruby Sapphire, if you're playing Elsa, they definitely have enough ink for Maleficent Dragon.
They do.
It's such a tempo loss
yes.
on an empty board like this.
Yeah.
Elsa's great when you have a board and you can tap both down and swing.
Yeah.
And it's in a board like this, I don't think I would play the Elsa, but it looks like that's the route he's going.
I mean, you also have, it's tough because you got to ultimately he's gonna test fate. I think Casey is hoping on a hope that the answers are slim to none in Joey's hand.
Yeah, and he does have that prep still, right?
The last I saw, it looks like I did see a prep. There is the Maleficent.
That's just such a punish.
It
does bad. Commit more to board.
It does.
So yeah, he does have the prep. So this is gonna definitely be a prep here.
Yeah, this is a tough spot for Casey. Very easily can Joey climb out of here, as Ruby Sapphires ought to do. And so we are.
I am getting a little distracted by the ink still. It is a little hard to track. I know it's such a simple thing, but it's like...
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. You're going to be fine. Hayes.
I'll be okay. I'll be all right.
You're going to be okay. And all of us will be too. Even those in the chat, I promise.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is a weird spot. I mean, it has to be V-Prep. Like, I don't understand that this can't be a super hard decision. Did we just miss that he doesn't have B-Prep? I'm pretty sure he does.
I could have sworn I saw it.
Yeah.
I could have sworn I saw it. Yeah, I could have sworn I saw it. I mean, you wonder again. So we're looking on the board. 2, 3, 5, 6, 6 lore. So worst case scenario, next turn you say go. Joey can get to 8. Do you wait? Do you let Joey overcommit? And then be prepared.
I don't think there's any way. Like I don't understand the tank here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just prep and play a 1-drop. You don't even have a board. It's a 3-for-1.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, we do see the Chernobog's down, so we are. It's always good to be able to leave a character behind after you play that. Be prepared. It gives you a little bit of control of what's going on.
We see him nodding again.
Yeah, it's tough. The friends is valuable. I mean, you got to understand that being able to dig for those resources is critical. It's tough when you are in a spot like this. I do see the potential for valuing draw, especially against Ruby Sapphire. There's arguments to be made that the winner of a matchup where Ruby is involved is the person who, after Be Prepared, has the largest hand size.
So he plays the Sisu down to solely play around Tremaine. Because it doesn't kill anything.
Correct. Yeah.
It doesn't banish anything on entry.
Yeah.
So he's playing that just to play him out around Tremaine. The only thing that really punishes him is the second Be Prepared.
Potentially. Yeah.
That would hurt.
And we are okay. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna quest it. We're gonna draw.
I like that drawing to see what else he's gonna draw into. You're gonna quest with that card anyways. You might as well draw your card, get more information to figure out what your play is gonna be.
Absolutely, and we do see that what he drew was a Flynn.
He said audio is low. I don't know. Maybe let us know if it gets a little better. I leaned a little bit away.
That's right. Yeah, I think we're good now.
That's a great question,
One,
Chuck.
two,
It's hard to see. I
three,
think he's at
four,
8.
five.
I think he's been at 8 for a couple turns.
Yep, there you go. All right, so we see the choice to bring down the 8-drop Sisu. We see Maui Half Shark on the other side of that table.
I don't like these. I don't like these big bombs from Casey. I feel like you're gonna end up losing at a big bomb war against Ruby Sapphire.
You can. I mean, the argument, of course, is what else do you have to put down? I mean, do you go wide? And
I think you go
Sisu
wide.
again?
Yeah, you make him adjust. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just feel like if you're playing a big bomb like that, you're kind of opening yourself up to just get blown out.
Potentially. I mean, we do see Joey here kind of thinking through. Okay,
Maybe he didn't sing it because maybe he has a Pirate's Life in hand. That would be my only thing.
yeah,
there.
yeah. You're
He's
saving the
planning on
sing.
singing Pirate's Life. I'm hoping that's what it is.
And so we're doing a little bit of visions of the future. So just trying to collect as much ink or as much lore as you can through like the little pings here, like the little action plays.
Also, worth noting, singing with Shark leaves Joey open to an Elsa Crab well, Elsa Crab
Yeah.
kills a shark anyways. Yeah, I don't know why he didn't sing that.
Yeah,
Maybe he is trying to find the Pirate's Life.
yeah. All right, so we do see that the selection was made for vision.
Dude, Chuck kills me, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm trying to be professional about it, but Chuck kills me. Oh man.
All right, we are seeing the choices have been
Tala,
made.
and I still think he did find the Pirate's
He
Life.
did. He found the Pirate's Life. All right, so we're bringing back down to 13. Lucky number 13 for Casey.
Wow. I'm really curious if he had that Pirate's Life the whole turn.
I
I feel like he had to not sing with How Far I'll Go to sing with Shark. I feel like he had to have had it the whole time.
potentially. I mean, well, yeah. I guess that's a good question to ask. I think you're right though. I think he probably had it the whole time. They want to know how many Pirates' lives might be in Joey's.
I can pull it up. I'll give you guys an answer in 2 seconds. I'm gonna get quiet here for 2 seconds.
Yeah, no worries. I'll fill the gap for you. But
Yeah.
we're looking at. We're taking a look here. And again, we do have the deck list to see them, so that's pretty cool. We will be posting these into ink decks as well. So when this event is over, you will get a chance to see them. Now we see Tala is down. We see that
2.
we've got Half Shark. Okay, so the correct answer is 2. There are 2 Pirates' lives in Joey's deck.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And he did ink one earlier, didn't he?
Yes, we there was one that was inked early. Where we discussed the potential that it might cost them the game if you're thinking about the future of how that works. So we do have the Fox coming out. The Fox sits in check. 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like we've got 6. We've got 6 ink that is available in hand.
We do have the goat bounce.
We do. So scary thought process here. You've got the
Bell
ability.
is probably dead in this matchup. I'd probably ink that. It's pretty easy ink.
Yeah, I think compared to everything else that we're seeing here,
They're never leaving damage on for you to be able to.
it is a body with 2 lore though. It is a body with 2 lore, and you are close enough to the end of the game where it applies pressure. So
this is lethal technically.
Yeah, correct. Especially knowing with what we know,
Yeah.
that is true. So now you've got a 4 strength character who, it's going to be difficult. There's no ice block on the table right now to deal with in terms of lowering the strength of that bell. So this
Was he gonna play the Tamato and never actually played it? So he's holding it.
That's potential. We do see the.
Yeah, that he did.
Yep,
play it.
he played it. Yep, we're good.
What's he trying to find here? Is he just thinking maybe he doesn't have goat?
I mean, you got to play to your outs, I guess, and I guess we're looking
I think
for.
he's just done.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game.
I think it's game here at this point. Yeah, so we sit and we watch this game as we kind of get to. There's goat.
I just
down
don't
for
like.
17.
I don't like staying on 8 ink there, for Ruby Amethyst. And enjoyed it. Didn't find the punishes for it, but I don't know.
Yeah, well,
He won, right? So what do I know?
He won the game.
Yeah.
He won the game. And so we are going now to game 3. Okay, so here we go. We are about to see who is going to be the champion of the second Southside Gaming tournament. This one again for the, I guess we're calling it an octo case. Is the term that we've been using?
Yep, octo case.
It's an octo case.
Ursula case.
Yeah, it's the Ursula. It's the Ursula case.
Yep.
And we are getting a chance now to see as they finalize that. So, again, just a huge shout out. Thank you to everybody here at Southside Gaming, all the people who came out, Peter Raymundo, everybody who is hanging out with us as we kind of sit here. And as we approach the end of this day, we just have to say a huge thank you to all of you that are in the chat right now. We're looking at 260 people live together on this stream with us, interacting with us, hanging out with us. And I couldn't be more grateful for it. So thank you for that. And so we take a look here as we kind of think about the day. So we've had the whole day ahead of us, Mikey. So talk to me. What are some of the things that you would consider to be the highlights of your day? What are things you're excited about?
As a whole, today? Jack performing today was awesome.
Yeah.
Seeing Blurple as the #1 seed in Swiss, I don't think has happened in a big tournament. That was cool to see. The Joey's and Jonathan's match earlier I thought was very fun to watch as a Ruby Sapphire match, and they played at the speed of light.
They did.
Almost as fast as Jack.
It was insane.
Yeah, almost as fast as Jack. That game 2 was super crazy. We thought Joey was dead to rights and pulled it out. That was pretty cool.
That was very cool.
It's just been a fun day.
It's been so cool.
Conversations outside, just talking to people and hanging out. It's been a long day. We're coming up on midnight here.
We are. It is only a little bit late.
Yeah.
And speaking of a little bit late, what we will be doing is we're not done with the stream. So once these games are done, we will be going to interviews with the players that are playing. You're also going to get a chance to see those really cool mats. So please hang tight after this game so that you can watch out, get some questions answered about some of the choices that were made, either about their deck decisions, some of the play lines that might have been in there. So hang tight after the stream as well. Once we're done, and just a huge thank you to all of you.
Yeah. Thanks for sticking out, guys. Last match of the day. We wouldn't want it any other way. Game 3.
No, yeah, and I wouldn't want to spend it with anybody but you.
Yeah,
Bud.
me neither, man. Me neither. I Skinner would have been nice to cycle into.
He would have been okay. I mean, but you know what? Skinner's not here, so Skinner doesn't get any benefit. First to 20. If you like content, Lorcana content, go check out First to 20 as well. We love you, Skinner. All right, and so we're seeing these mulligan decisions are getting harder. It's something about this game 3. You learned something from game 1. You learned something from game 2. You lost one. You won one.
I believe it'll be VODs. If it's not VODs on Twitch itself, we will have a way to post them. As far as the VODs go, maybe individual game breakdowns. It will be posted.
Yes. We will get this out to you as well. And thank you for your interest in that. All right.
Also, just a quick shout out from SSG. They ran this awesome tournament, and February 8th, 1K plus is what they said.
Correct.
Now, just to give you guys a heads up, this tournament started as a 2-case tournament, was raised to a 4-case tournament, became an 8-case tournament. So, just putting that out there. I'm not implying anything, just saying that, hey, this happened in the past. But February 8th, you may want to circle that on your calendar.
I certainly would, and I will tell you that I will be there, okay? Mm-hmm. And if you're not able to make it, we will be streaming it. We will be here. We will be rocking games with you all. We will be enjoying these games together just the same as well. So please, if you can get out here, you need to get out here. We'd love to have you out here. All of you in the chat, we'd love to come see you.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep, it'll be a fantastic time.
All right, so we got Joey starting with a popsicle. Casey's going to go turn 1 magic broom, so it is not a Moana, which is probably good for Joey.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean,
unless you ink the Moana on the draw.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world to happen. It's not really like game breaking if at this stage. It's not nearly as bad as like not seeing a popsicle if you're a Ruby Sapphire. Yeah. Which you can recover from that too. It just feels worse when that happens.
We could probably get a chart done for the deck color representation. We have a chart. It'd just be a matter of illustrating it.
Yeah, we just need to get it together.
Yeah.
And we'll post that as well. That's why we've been sharing it with you. We'll get that put together for you.
I don't know what Joey's tanking on here. This is turn 2. I'm assuming he doesn't have ramp on 2?
That has to be the case. I mean, why wouldn't you? You know, I mean, we've seen Joey do it so many times.
Is this 3 popsicles?
No, but
items.
it is 3 items though.
And
so look, that Hiram is going to eat. That Hiram is going
if
to.
he finds it, he's only a 2 ink though.
I need you to have faith.
Yeah,
Mikey.
yeah.
Okay, you're talking like somebody who doesn't have faith, and I don't appreciate that about you. Okay, we will find that. However, until we find it, there is a Flynn on the board.
Oh God.
And we've seen what this Flynn can do. We've seen 2 games where this Flynn has gained.
It's just big brain.
Yeah,
it's
it is
big brain.
But look, Joey said, Joey said,
that's what I'm saying.
no.
It's big brain.
Yeah.
He skipped the chance to ramp just so he had that brawl.
Yes.
And he's gonna play Flaversham on curve.
Absolutely. And you know what? It's gonna be very good.
Glorious.
And now, Casey is not willing to let go. Speaking of let go, Casey wants that let it go.
Oh no.
He wants to take Joey's let it go.
No.
Okay,
no,
that's what Casey wants.
on 3. He didn't ink on 3. He's got 4 items.
That is
not where you want to be.
It is not, but Casey is going to do what he can to take advantage of this.
Not like this.
But it is like this, and we're gonna have to deal with this, unfortunately. For as much love we have for both of these players, one of them can only win. And if we keep seeing draws like this from Joey's side, it's gonna be tough. Okay, this is a rough go. We are at 5 lore right now with a significant.
Okay.
Significant.
We're not dead yet.
Implications here. We see that how far I'll go.
We're not dead yet.
We are here. Ruby Sapphire doesn't die when the game is run away this early. He can still recover. He does need to figure out getting to those answers. He's got to figure out getting to the ink to ramp. He's got to figure it out. Casey, however, is saying, "Hey, I'm playing my game."
Yeah, he's just
good old consistent Ruby Amethyst.
Yeah. Just keep playing genies and rabbits and drawing and refilling.
Doing things little by little.
I do think
we see some foxes that have entered the hand. It looks like
fox and rabbit is probably, well, we can't tell which ink is tapped and which isn't yet. So
it's I do see it looks like
is 1 tapped or 3 tapped. 1 is tapped, right? But he hasn't played anything.
Correct. He hasn't played anything yet. All right, we're taking a look here. So there's still some thought happening. It looks like it's. Oh no! I thought at first it might have been the fox, but it opted instead to ink the brawl to play the magic broom.
All right, so what did?
Yep. All right.
I'm so confused.
It's so we.
All right, now he's gonna play fox. Wait, what?
So we see there was 1 used.
Did he just played broom and passed the last turn?
It looks, yeah. I mean, Joey is going for it, so it looks like there was a broom and a pass. Okay, I mean, listen, maybe he's seeing that he's running a consistent game. He doesn't want to overexert. You overexert, you lose characters to be prepared. You lose characters to Sisus.
I don't know. Oh, he hard casted friends. I missed that.
Okay.
And I can't see that. We can't see the graveyard. So thank you guys.
Thank you. Yeah.
That makes more sense. It's so hard to track what was inked and what wasn't. But that makes more sense now.
It does. Yeah.
I was seeing 1 ink or 2 inked.
Correct.
And I was seeing it the opposite way. But I was like, why do you pay 2 ink for broom, and not pay 3 for anything else and pass with a fox in hand?
Yeah. So there you go. So that figures out. That's why because we did see the draw of 2 cards. Yeah. That does make sense. All right. So Joey has got 4 items, 2 ice blocks. You're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. Was that 5, 6, 7 ink total? Correct. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one. It looks like 7 ink total. So Joey's in a spot now where things can start to get scary for Casey.
Yeah, I mean Casey's got at least 20 cards in his hand.
Sure, sure, but listen, okay, hold out hope.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to 13.
All right. This has to be.
It needs to be something big, something huge.
Something huge.
Something huge. We got 2. Look, we got 2 ice blocks. Okay.
Yeah, this is kind of unlucky.
Be prepared. Hits the table.
So it must not have big Sisu.
Yeah. So it looks like Joey was forced.
He didn't ink either.
He didn't. Joey was forced into a position to use a be prepared to not ink.
He's holding that shark.
Are we overvaluing the shark?
No, I think the shark's the only way he gets back in the game.
Okay.
But Casey's at 5 ink,
Yep.
so you can't play shark bear. You have to play it with another character down so that it can't get tremained.
Yeah.
This is just, there's so many cards in Casey's hand.
There is, yeah, and we got a goat.
And
So
goat bounce
we are
is
running for
pretty
the
much
bounce.
over.
2 more plays the snake, bounces back the goat, goes to 15. Oh, and so they're once they get that situated, yeah, they go to 15, and Joey will draw and see what he can do to try to get out of it. We do see the Tipo in his hand. We see how far I'll go. There are a couple of other options in there as well.
Yeah, it's kind of a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah. All right, so we're inking that Tipo.
He has multiple ice blocks, right?
He does.
So he has ways to remove things, but he has to get that lore back down a little bit at this point.
Yes, it's a bit of a runaway situation.
Yeah.
We do see that the Tala is in play here.
Vitalosphere isn't bad, but he's never gonna leave something
No, he's not.
unexerted.
Correct.
Or exerted, I should say.
And in choosing to keep the Maleficent Dragon into the hand to start dealing with problems, we see Joey is choosing to play. Yep, using the ice blocks to their full effect, using both of them to get the snake down to 1, and the Sisu comes down. There's another goat. Another goat is a problem. Especially when you have a fox behind it.
A Tala and Sisu can sing Pirate's Life.
They can. The 4 + 3 equals more than 6.
Yes, it's more than 6.
It is more than 6, and so
No, he's not gonna do that.
no. But we do have how far I'll go.
Now. Another goat bounce. He loses.
Potentially, but let's see. Let's see if
Could
we
hard cast Pirate's Life maybe.
He could, and bring himself back into the game somehow.
Double ice block. Play Sisu. You're just asking to be prepared at that point,
you
though,
are,
right?
yeah. You're asking for it. You do have the big Sisu, with the ice blocks. That's enough to bring out the fox.
I'm not a big fan of that shit.
I think Joey's trying to run lore up, trying to get something on the board to start making a difference, because that's a 1 turn difference. So that's another that's another goat. That's a second goat to 19.
Nice.
That will equal game, because whatever happens, if anything deals with the goat,
It has to be sing Pirate's Life, play Be Prepared.
Yep. So we're looking for Pirate's Life. Do we get it? We see Sail.
That's not gonna do anything.
Do we draw Pirate's Life? Joey, can you do it? Or does Casey win to let it go?
It sucks. This was a non-game.
With,
I have to say,
this
last round was just complete
and
non-game.
Joey puts the hand in to say,
Yep.
Good
Congrats
game.
to Casey.
Congrats to Casey, our winner of Southside Gaming's Octo Case tournament, winner of the Let It Go, winner of a lot of product, some fantastic art from Peter Raimundo on some cards.
Yep.
I mean, just so much went into this. And granted, I know, it might feel a little bit bad to see your friend, your brother-in-law, unfortunately face this kind of an end.
Yeah.
It's tough because
I don't mind seeing him lose.
No, but I'm saying in this way,
in
this way, it's tough. The thing about Ruby Sapphire though is that I have often described it as being very bricky. A term that we generally use to say that sometimes you draw in ways that force you to play outside of optimal play lines. And it felt like that's what happened there. It suffered from that. However, consistent, slow and steady wins the race.
Yep.
Every card that nets you 0.5% better is the way you want to play. And that's why for the last 6 sets, for the last year and a half of this game, Mikey, the dominant deck has always been Ruby Sapphire. Or, I'm sorry.
Ruby Amethyst.
Ruby Amethyst.
Yep,
I'm tired.
sets.
Leave me alone. I'm tired. Ruby Amethyst.
I mean, I have to say though, we only had 1 in top 8. 25, the biggest represented deck.
Yeah.
So yeah, it did well in top 8.
Yeah.
And wins the whole thing. But 25% of the day was Ruby Amethyst, and only 1 making it in the top 8 is kind of shocking to me.
It is. I mean, but we've seen that. I feel like we've seen that in other tournaments as well. And generally speaking, the Ruby Amethyst players are the ones that we know. You know, it's the people that you expect to see on the top of those